Today, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of everything that I brought with me for full-time travel for about 7 or 8 months. I've seen a lot of people post videos like this.
I need to get packing. I'll show you guys what I'm bringing with me. Let's get started. So this is my big backpack.
Today we're talking camera bags. Sort of a what's in my camera bag.
What's in my camera bag video?
What's in my bag?
Split the video into 2 parts. The first part will be all the clothes and everything that I brought with me just for like regular travelers. And then the second part will be like what's in my camera bag as somebody who's trying to pursue full-time content creation and start YouTube channels and stuff like that. So let's get into it. Also, my flight leaves tomorrow morning for Bangladesh at like, I have to leave here at like 9 a.m. So hopefully I have all my clothes gathered together, but if I'm missing something, I'm sorry. So first up, I already have one outfit set out. So there's a t-shirt, jeans, a belt, and my one and only jacket that I brought with me, but it's like a nice puffer jacket. It folds up pretty small, so it's pretty nice. Keeps me pretty warm. I also was planning on staying mostly in like Indonesia, Philippines area, so I thought it was gonna be a lot warmer, but that's, you know, we'll deal with it. But don't worry, I'll add it into the numbers. So if you see a pile that says 2 pairs of jeans and I say there's 3, it's because one of them's right there, okay? So like I said, I brought 3 pairs of jeans, one light blue, one dark blue, one black. So it fits pretty much everything. I have 2 pairs of basketball shorts. One of them is on me right now, so there's only one there. 2 pairs of compression shorts for exercising. I brought 3 swimsuits, I think, actually, originally. But I think I lost one somewhere, along the way. That's what happens when you do laundry at random places. Got my cool Moroccan pants. See video from earlier. They're sweet. I actually have, I think, 12 shirts total, but 2 tank tops. They're basically mostly just for working out. And then I have 2 shirts that I mostly only use for like sleeping in. Then I have 7 pairs of socks, including the ones that I'm wearing right now. They've been pretty solid. I have this sweet towel. It's like kind of like a ShamWow type of thing. So it's like super small, super light. Highly recommend. They're a little bit expensive, but super good for traveling. Doesn't feel super comfortable, but it works. And then Toiletries, I got deodorant, obviously, cologne. I brought 2 things of deodorant because I know it's gonna be out for a while, shaver. This is actually some sunscreen that I bought in Indonesia because it was like required for something, I don't know, kind of weird. My gel, this is the only gel, if you have stubborn hair, this is like the only gel I've ever found that actually keeps my hair up, which is super great. Blue Man, not sponsored or anything, but I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested. Also use this hair dryer that's super useful. It's super small, it folds up really nicely, good for travel. I'll put the link in the description too if you're interested. Also, toothbrush, toothpaste. Yes, I use the stupid dental picks. I know I'm killing the environment, I'm sorry. I just hate using normal dental floss. But I reuse them 2 or 3 times sometimes. I don't know if that's gross or good for the environment, so it depends. I also want to say, in addition to my swimsuit, I also lost one tank top, I think, at some point while I was doing laundry, so sometimes that happens when you're trying to do laundry in places, but trying to minimize the amount of clothes, and so I have to do laundry probably once a week. And I think that's pretty much it for clothes. I got this really sweet backpacking backpack. It's a 50-liter backpack. It works miracles, it's super cheap. I think it was like $35. I'll also put a link in the description if you're interested. So we've got like the normal main compartment. There's an extra compartment there. There's this little thing in front. I actually have a couple notebooks in here that I use for language learning stuff. The front extra pocket. These guys are actually super useful. It's like a little pocket on the side for like smaller things. And obviously the top part right here that you can put stuff in. It's pretty roomy actually. So next we got all my camera gear, which is gonna be a little bit harder because I'm using it. So I got the Canon EOS R is my camera that I'm using. The lens that I have on it right now is a 24 to 70 millimeter 2.8, and that's the only lens that I brought with me to keep it light. I think it's a really good versatile lens that you can just use for portraits and also for landscapes most of the time. And I got this microphone, is the Movo, what's it called? Movo VXR10. I was looking up reviews and it said it's the best bang for your buck. Cheap microphone that goes a long way. Next up we also have my GoPro that I use for most vlogging stuff. It's easy and kind of discreet so people don't think you're doing something weird. And all my cords for charging stuff. I have 2 hard drives. One I use mostly for pictures. It's 2 terabytes, and then a 5 terabyte one for most of my video files. I don't really have extra backups of everything. I know people probably be mad at me for that, but yeah, oh well. I forgot I also have an extra GoPro battery and some cloths to clean stuff in it, and some other random stuff. There's my camera battery charger. I only have one camera battery. Probably should have another one. AirPods are always required for every trip. They're great for listening to music. I have two adapters. One of them is actually still plugged in over there for my laptop. Also my laptop. I have a MacBook Pro, don't remember what year. It's been a few years. And then chargers, obviously. I also have this camera bag that I use that's pretty nice, pretty cheap. It opens up like this, so has the nice camera bag zipper, so it's like on the back, so it's hard to steal things. Has an extra place right here. It comes with like dividers that you can use. I just didn't feel like using them. They're kind of a pain. I put my laptop in here, so it's pretty nice all in one. And then I put this whole thing inside of this other JanSport backpack because then it only counts as one bag when I'm traveling. But I like to have like a normal backpack for adventures and stuff, and I can just throw, if I only need like one or two things, I can just throw it in there. Whereas like the camera backpack is a little bit harder to get to on a normal day-to-day basis. I also have this really nice adapter that I've been using because Apple likes to make things difficult and nothing plugs into it. And so this is actually really sweet. It has 3 USBs, HDMI, Ethernet cable, and SD and micro SD. So it's a pretty sweet find. I'll also put a link in the description if you're interested. This handy contraption is actually really sweet. This is a SD card, SIM card holder, which is great for traveling. Here, let me get this open. That's really hard to do with one hand. Okay, so I got my SIM cards. I have a bunch of random ones that I've been collecting over these trips. It has like SIM card adapter things, so you can put it in like any kind of phone, but I don't know if you need that. An extra SD card. And it has one of these like little things that you can use to poke out your SIM cards from your phone, which is super nifty. Super cool, super cheap. I think it was like 10 bucks. I'll put a link in the description as well. I got this flash for my camera. I've actually never used it yet. Too many things to juggle at the same time. Got these random fake Beats, I think, in Indonesia. Just good to be able to have wired headphones. Okay, so this, first of all, is the largest size power bank that you can bring on planes anywhere. So it's pretty sweet. Has USB and the USB-C, that's what it's called. USB-C, super sweet. Also, this guy is like the fanciest phone gimbal you've ever seen. So here, let me show you how it works. So basically what we got here is phone gimbal. So you can unscrew this thing right here and it flips up. And so you can actually put a phone on here. I'll just actually do it for you. How about that? And so you just kind of open it up like this, put your phone on there. So you adjust it, put it in here, and then turn. So right now it just like looks like this, right? You hold this button right here for 3 seconds. Didn't hold it long enough. Okay, and then it's a gimbal. And if you push it once, it'll turn sideways. Pretty sweet. And here's the coolest feature. Well, first, you can also pull this out. Extends pretty long. It's a pretty good selfie stick, if you ask me. There's also this part in the bottom. There's also a tripod, which is super useful to get some shots if you're traveling solo. And it has a Bluetooth remote. And so this little part right here you can take off. It's a remote. You can see that. Yeah, there you go. And you also push this for 3 seconds. And you connect it to the Bluetooth on your phone, and then you can change it with the push of a button. So if I go like this, it'll switch it for you. Pretty sweet. And then you can also, there's a camera button so you can take pictures or videos with it, stop it or start it. So if you wanted to set it up on tripod, pretty easy, just take this little remote with you. And I think if you hold one of the spin buttons, it spins slowly, which is pretty nice. So you can like make sure you get it like exactly right. And then I think if you double click it, it does this cool thing. Pretty sweet, huh? Rotates 360 degrees. I sped that up because it took too long. But this is how I got my cool video of the Sheikh Zayed Mosque, I think is what it's called, in Abu Dhabi, is using this guy. So pretty sweet stuff. Highly recommend. I think it was also $35, which is a steal for like a gimbal like this. Very good. The only downside is that these have 2 separate batteries, so you just have to plug them in separately if you want to charge them. I only charged them once and I've been using them pretty often for about 4 months. And so they last a long time. So pretty good stuff. And it's super compact, which is super nice. Like you could carry this thing anywhere and it's super light. Last couple things, I have this speaker that I got in China for 20 bucks. It has a stand, it's just in my backpack, I don't feel like getting it out. But pretty nice. I love music, so I'll bring that everywhere I go as well. And then finally there's this thing, which is like a rain cover for the camera bag. And then like I said, I have a bunch of these, I think I have like 3 of them, these little notebooks that I use to do language study and stuff. So here's my Bengali that I'm learning. Not that interesting, but it's nice to have a notebook that you can write stuff down in. I also have this bigger notebook. I actually didn't bring it, but I got it at my retreat in Bali. Good to just have things to write down. I love physical things. I also bought this book in Bethlehem? Can't quite remember actually. But just a little small book in Arabic about some language practice. Haven't started it yet, but it was like $2, so it's great. Bring it with me because I can't do ebooks. I don't know why, it just bugs me. So good to have something to read. The last thing I was gonna say is things that I wish I would have brought. In the US, I always carried a little container of like Tylenol or Advil around with me everywhere I went. It's just super handy, super useful and handy. And basically people will just need Tylenol on a regular basis. And so, especially while traveling, I think it would have been good. I've had like a couple headaches and different things. It just would have been nice. But besides that, I really like the way that I packed. Oh, last thing, sorry. Also not sponsored, but here, I'll show you these. These, basically all my socks are Stance socks. They have this really cool thing, infinite, get it? Knit, because it's socks. Okay, they're really cool. They're really nice, comfy socks. They're like $10 to $15 usually, but the infinite ones, if you ever get holes in them or anything, you can actually send the socks back and they'll give you a new pair, which is super sweet. Basically a lifetime warranty on socks. And so part of my best advice for traveling long-term and sustainably is getting things like this that have lifetime warranties. They're expensive for each one, but basically you can buy 7 pairs of socks and that'll last you for the rest of your life, which is pretty sweet. Similar deal with these shirts. This shirt and I think 4 or 5 of my other shirts are Built brand. They're also expensive. I think they're like $25 normally each. Maybe they're more now, I don't know. Super comfy, super versatile, last forever. It's just important to me to invest in high quality stuff, especially when I don't know I'm gonna be in the US again. And so like 8 months on the road is a long time. Socks and shirts, in my opinion, are the things that wear out the fastest. And so just, you know, just a thought, invest in high quality stuff that'll last you for your whole trip. And so you don't have to figure out how to buy random clothes in random countries that you're going to. Unless, but that's also fun too, I don't know, it depends. Oh, shoes. Okay, I am so sorry. I almost left out the most important part of this video. I brought 3 pairs of shoes with me on this trip. This is obviously 2, I know Jordan. The 3rd pair was like Chacos, Tivas type things that I may or may not have lost somewhere in Surabaya. So they were cheap, it was like $20 on Amazon. So I have these Nike running shoes that I can use for like any exercising thing or normal day stuff. Only problem is they're pretty old, and so this you can like feel all the way through to your socks, so it's kind of crazy. Same deal with these. I love Sanooks. They're a little bit expensive. They're super comfy though. I use them for everything. These I've also seen way too much wear and tear. This is also like the sole, basically, they're through the sole. I actually got a hole in both of these shoes from using them so much, and I got this extra sole put on them in Indonesia for like $4. As you can see, it's been a few months since then, and it's not looking too hot. Ended up buying a new pair of shoes here in Istanbul, and I got these for $20 US, which is pretty sweet. Super happy with that. And now that is it. That is all that I wanted to say. Not really any other regrets. Basically, that's it. Take the trip. If you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about taking a really long trip. And you know, it can be lonely sometimes if you're traveling alone. It can be exhausting. Give yourself time to rest in between trips. Don't try to stay in like a different hotel, a different city every single night. It's kind of exhausting. And make the most of your time. Go out of your comfort zone and meet new people. Meeting fun locals makes or breaks a trip. And so just go for it. Do it. Do what's going to make you happy. And that's all for now. Hopefully this was useful, and I'll see you in the next adventure.